Welcome to our home tonight.
Hi, welcome.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. Have a great one, guys.
And Peyton, and at the beginning of 2022, we moved into our 39-foot fifth wheel with our two dogs, Zink and Echo, to start traveling the U.S. full-time. We are so excited to share with you the adventures that we find next. Last week when we came to Yellowstone National Park, we saw that there were tons of campgrounds, and we thought it sounded like a fun idea to maybe switch things up, get out of the camper, sleep in a tent. So this weekend we are back, and we do have a little bit more exploring that we didn't get to do last weekend that we're gonna finish doing this weekend.
We did the lower loop last weekend. This weekend we're gonna do the upper loop.
That's the plan.
Let's go set up the tent. The past couple nights, at least where we have been staying, has been getting down to about 50-55 degrees at night. So we brought a few things to stay with us. Peyton's mom got us these for Christmas. They're Hitter Hike. They are little blow-up foam mattresses. So we'll do that. I'm thinking to keep my sleeping bag from sliding all over the place, I'm gonna put the yoga mat on top of it. It's a little grip. And then we have Kelty 20-degree sleeping bags. Zink and Echo are going to be staying in the tent with us tonight, so I figured we'd keep our sleeping bags safe with basically just a picnic blanket to go over the top. Hopefully we stay warm.
Camp is pretty much set up. We secured everything inside the tent, so I think our first stop on the upper loop is going to be Mammoth Hot Springs. We talked to the ranger at the very front. He said a lot of the North Loop is open, and I heard that Mammoth Hot Springs is open. We didn't get to see it last time, so I think we're gonna head there. Pro tip, do not stick your head out the window and try to get B-roll while wearing a hat. My hat flew off my head out the window, and this is like my favorite hat, so I was very thankful.
Slight update, whenever you see people, you gotta pull off. We're at Gibbons Falls, and I think it's a waterfall.
This is really pretty. That's what I love about Yellowstone in particular. There is always something to see. There's always something to just like pull off of, another thing to viewing point. So cool.
So we finally made it to Mammoth Spring. Decent drive getting up here, but we're almost to the far northern part of the park. Well, we made it to Mammoth Springs.
Crazy.
I told Peyton, these springs are mammoth. Rightly named.
Well, I think the big iconic thing is the way that they call it like a terrace. So there's different like terraces, but it's also like the way that they're structured, because it's not just like a rock. There's like levels of it. It just overflows over each other, and the colors are super cool.
I want to jump in it, but I know it's like 150 degrees.
Mammoth Hot Springs review. It's really cool. The attraction is really big, like there's a lot of boardwalks, but I think it just seems bigger than it is because they have a boardwalk coming from like every parking lot you can park in, all over. Really cool. Just come. And we're back on the road.
All right, so we just got on the road to head back. We're in Mammoth Springs in town, and the kids are out playing.
Just out. Just walking around town, no big deal.
What's up, bro? Taking a nap. But yeah, the rangers come out whenever the elk are out and there's people around, and they have their bullhorns and they tell people to not get too close to them. The rangers put on their little yellow vests. I'll show you, there's two of them over here.
Look at all these laying in the field.
This is how you know something good is happening. Check this crowd out. We just gotta get up here and figure out what it is.
Bear sighting number 3 in the last 2 weekends. Confirmed.
And I'm very hungry.
Me too.
Look how zoomed in it is. Can we zoom this out? Oh no, she's all the way zoomed out.
No, I think we look good. Ooh.
But I'm very hungry. We're gonna make some burgers, but first we need to go get some water.
Yes. It'll take you long. It's a very interesting process.
You see buffalo in the water? Look to your left. Oh, yeah. That's wild. So I've done this before on our float trip in Oklahoma. This is our water. Well, it just collects the water. And then we got a little water filter. It just screws on. You can turn it upside down. Just let it trickle out, but it takes a while. So I squeeze it and get nice, fresh, filtered, cool water. So we have meat towers because our ice chest worked a little too well. It's still frozen. So I'm gonna try and thaw it and then pack them. I'm not sure how well this is gonna work.
And my job while Preston cooks dinner is to unload all of the sticks that we found earlier so we can make a fire later. I would say it turned out pretty nice. How is it?
Very good.
These bugs are kind of strange. It is getting dark and we really want to have some s'mores, but before it gets too dark we get too tired. We are going to set up our room. I'm almost done.
So it's kind of messy. It's really good.
So it is time to get ready for bed. And you have to do basically everything in the bathroom, which like makes sense, but you know, sometimes when you go camping, you like brush your teeth at the campsite or just like rinse out your dishes. You can't do that here because of bears. So I will happily brush my teeth in the bathroom.
We got all settled into bed. I got Zink on my side. It's got Echo.
Good morning.
The boys slept excellent last night. Echo got right into his spot, went to sleep. Zink found a blanket and some of Peyton's clothes and went right to sleep, but they weren't stirring. They weren't playing with each other. They loved sleeping with us. At about 3 o'clock, I felt these tremors. This ground is active here. It wasn't like an earthquake like this. I felt like it was like this. Very weird. But this morning, to more important news, we're having bacon, hash browns, eggs, hot chocolate. Then we're gonna drive around a little bit, see if we can find a little bit more wildlife. We didn't see a lot yesterday. But see if we can find a little bit more, pack up, and we'll head back later.
And just like that, we're all packed up.
10:30, we have to check out by 11, so pretty perfect timing.
Let's do it. We have made it to our first stop of the day. We saw the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone when we came last weekend, but we knew that we didn't stop at every viewpoint. We did the South Loop, and then we went to one of the waterfalls. And so we saw a sign that said the North Loop, so we decided to drive down this way, and there's another viewpoint, and there's a whole another waterfall. So I think we're gonna go find that trailhead and check it out.
That was a very impressive waterfall. That was twice as big and far as the other one. So, worth the hike, but it's a heck of a hike down there. So many switchbacks. We got a long ways to go.
Woo! That hike was something else.
That was actually surprisingly easier than I thought.
I mean, the way up
100% surprised.
The way up seemed shorter, but I think it seemed longer on the way down because
Yes.
you had no idea that it was gonna be such a long hike.
Right. But I thought I was gonna have to stop a bunch, catch my breath. I think the key is we've been at this altitude for a couple weeks now. Huge difference.
We think we found the viewpoint we were looking for. Really, we just drove till it hit a dead end and we saw a big parking lot and another viewpoint for the canyon. So we'll go check it out. Just slow and steady today. Just checking things out.
I think Yellowstone is so great because it's like finding a celebrity and everybody's an amateur paparazzi and they all went in on the action.
You make instant friends.
And we found some elk all the way from Hollywood.
Our time at Yellowstone is coming to a close. We are letting the dogs out for a final time and we are gonna head back home. So our main goal for today was just to take it easy and to see more wildlife and see more parts of the canyon than we did last time. Mission definitely accomplished.
Yes. We're gonna head back a little bit early because we slept in a tent last night and we have work tomorrow. So I gotta get up early, which means I gotta go to bed early. But it was fantastic coming back. I'm glad we came back.
I feel like we really took advantage of our time here. Sometimes it's hit or miss where if we feel like we really got the full experience of where we've been staying. And even though we're staying quite a ways from Yellowstone, we're leaving and we're like, we don't know, what else to go do today. And that's just a really good feeling.
Thanks again for coming along for another adventure. We will see you guys next week in Montana.